as a mover, correct?
Yes, I confirm.
And you remember a question was put to you whether or not the impeachment then was politically instigated, correct?
Yes.
Do you recall your answers?
I may not recall the exact answer.
I'll give you the answer. Honorable Speaker, I'm referring to the answers of this House at page 53, dated 7th of November. Mr. Muthombi Thionkulu was the lead counsel then, correct?
Yes.
And you remember him putting this question to you, and you answered in negative, that it was not politically instigated. You remember? You recall or you do not recall, Mr. Witness?
I don't recall. Read for me the answer, maybe.
You remember Mr. Muthombi asking you whether it is true from the governor's allegations that the impeachment was politically instigated, and your answer was Evans, Mawira, Kaaria.
Kaaria.
You said it was not true. Have I now refreshed your memories?
From the records, yes.
Do you still want to hold that preposition?
Of course, everything that was in that motion was not substantiated.
Excuse me, Mr. Witness, I want a yes or a no answer. Do you still want to hold that preposition, or you want to run away from it?
As of then, I hold that position.
You hold that position?
Yes.
What has now changed?
So many things.
The one, that you are no longer the leader of the majority in the assembly?
No.
Yes. Number two?
The governor reached out and called for reconciliation. I did a lot of soul searching.
Thank you.
I consulted widely.
It's okay. Don't answer questions that I have not put to you. You have testified at length how people were induced to bring that particular motion, correct?
Yes, and I've stated the facts.
That is a motion that you brought on the 7th of November, correct?
Yes.
So you brought motion out of ulterior motives of being induced as at then, correct?
According to the circumstances then.
You allowed yourself to be induced, yes?
As per the circumstances then.
So on that day when you took the stand on the 7th of November 2023, you did not speak the truth to this at Senate, but you spoke out of inducement, correct?
I'm saying
correct or not correct? I want an answer, not a vague answer. Correct or not correct?
Not correct.
So then, were you induced that particular time from your evidence?
I've narrated all the events that led to
one of the events, Mr. Witness, was that you are induced, correct? One of the events is that you are induced.
I didn't say you are induced. I said you are mobilized according to party lines.
How are you mobilized?
Of course, I stated that we met as the leadership of...
For financial gains, correct? Including 20,000 shillings that you were given, correct?
That was later, after the second impeachment.
Christmas gift, correct?
After the second impeachment had failed in the Senate.
You remember the Christmas gift, yes?
I'm saying later, after the second impeachment had failed in the Senate.
You received a gift?
Yes.
For the work well done, correct?
A Christmas gift for a work well done. Christmas was not even, Christmas was oncoming.
So, Mr. Witness, if you allowed yourself to be induced that particular time to bring that particular impeachment motion, how truthful is your statement today?
I was not induced. I said we were mobilized on party lines.
On party lines?
Yes.
So which party do you belong to?
UDA.
UDA?
Yes.
So UDA mobilized its MCAs to bring the motion?
UDA at the county level, Meru county level, mobilized the MCAs to introduce an impeachment motion.
Does that mean that the UDA party is against the governor, or was against the governor?
I stated in my statement...
Does that mean at that particular time the UDA party was against the governor?
At the county level, yes. Nationally, the Secretary General had stated that that was not the party position.
Which other party was against the governor as at then?
The parties that were mobilized, we have BAS party, we have PNU, we have Jubilee, and other assembly parties.
You spoke about receiving 80,000 shillings. You correct? You remember?
Facilitation to be in the Senate.
Who gave these 80,000 shillings?
It was paid from the assembly.
It was paid from the assembly. Did you receive or did you partake of it?
Yes, I received.
And it was a motivation for you to appear, correct?
It was facilitation to be in the Senate for the 5 days that we were here.
A facilitation?
Yes.
Today, have you been facilitated?
I've seen that we have received a message
Today, have you been facilitated?
Facilitation, yes, we have been facilitated, but it has not already been paid. But it will be paid because we have received a message from the clerk saying that members will be facilitated for 5 days to be in the Senate.
Notwithstanding whether or not you appear for Governor Kaaria as a witness or the witness for the Senate, for the Assembly. Yes?
Witness for the governor.
The County Assembly has equally facilitated you, correct?
I have received that message.
That you'll receive your per diems for participating?
Yes, yes.
So it was usual for the County Assembly to facilitate its members?
For the previous one, only 59 members were facilitated.
It is usual for the County Assembly to facilitate its members, correct? Because today you have received a message that you receive facilitation, correct?
Yes, we have received the message.
And therefore the County Assembly considers its members as equal, correct?
No, no, no.
Mr. Witness, I want to refer you to your affidavit. But before I refer you to this affidavit, have you critically read the motion before this assembly for the impeachment of the governor?
I've gone through the motion.
Have you answered those allegations in your affidavit? And if yes, kindly point to us the particular paragraph that answers to the allegations.
The particular allegations?
Excuse me, just take your affidavit, take it.
Yeah.
And lead the Senate to the particular paragraph that has responded to issue number 1. Issue number 1, where have you responded?
Just a minute. I've responded to the issue of money that was raised for the...
Not the money that was raised, the issue of illegal revocation. Where have you responded to it in your affidavit?
I've not responded to it in that affidavit.
You have not responded to it. Issue number 2, where have you responded to it?
I've stated...
Do you know what issue number 2 is all about?
Yes, yes.
Show us the particular paragraph that responds to those allegations.
Number 23.
Paragraph 23.
Yes, paragraph 23.
Read it out.
That the clerk of the assembly, under the instructions of the speaker, has been writing several letters to frustrate the approval of the governor's nominees for the bones of various semi-autonomous government agencies. The clerk has no role.
Do you have evidence in that respect?
It is in the governor's badul.
Were you aware of this frustration by the clerk before you came to this assembly?
Yes, I was aware because when those...
You are aware, thank you.
Yes.
Did you take any actions to curtail these frustrations?
Yes, I did.
What did you do?
When these letters came...
Where is the evidence in your affidavit?
It is not in the affidavit, but personally I gave my opinion in a meeting discussing these nominees.
Mr. Witness, please listen.
Yes,
I'm not asking you to give us your opinion. You've given so many of them, so we do not want to entertain any further opinion.
Okay.
We want to go to the facts.
Okay.
Where have you pleaded in your affidavit that you took actions against the clerk for frustrating the works of the governor?
I didn't take any action against the clerk, but I have responded to that count number 2.
Yes?
I didn't take any action, but in my affidavit I have responded to that.
Us in your affidavit where you've responded to issue number 3.
Can I have the affidavit?
And I put it to you that issue number 3, now 23, does not respond to the allegations contained in the notice of motion, issue number 2.
Sorry?
I put it to you that paragraph 23 of your affidavit is not a response and is not evidence that relates to the allegations of failing to appoint chairpersons.
I don't agree to that.
Let us go to issue number 3 and point us in your affidavit where you have responded to it.
I have not responded to issue number 3.
Thank you. Let us go to issue number 4. Point us in your affidavit where you have responded to it.
I've responded to it where I stated that I'm aware that count was initially in the previous impeachment motions.
Where in your paragraph? And is the issue in illegal dismissing about the issue of dismissing or the issue of the expenditure of county money. The governor dismissing individuals and making the county accrue unnecessary resources paid to the litigants. Did you understand?
If I can read the crowd, it's illegally dismissing in bold.
Yes.
In bold.
And
illegally dismissing.
Yes.
And then narration continues.
As a consequence of?
Illegally dismissing.
And as a consequence thereof, what happened?
A loss.
A loss of how much? 4
million.
Where is that in your affidavit?
I've said I responded. It's not in my affidavit.
It's not in your affidavit.
Yes.
Let us go to issue number, count number 2, gross misconduct. Yes? Deliberately misleading the county, the members of the public. Yes? That's in the barrio of Sniper, 86 million was raised, correct?
Yes.
You are aware of those utterances, correct?
Yes, I'm aware.
That the same were done by the governor, yes?
Yes, I'm aware.
And that it was done in public, correct?
Yes.
And that there was a pay bill that was generated for that purposes, yes?
Yes.
And that in the said pay bill, it's only 516,000 that was donated, correct?
According to the Assembly's evidence.
According to the Assembly's evidence.
Yes.
Do you have any contra evidence to that averment?
Yes, in my statement I've stated.
Please lead us to that paragraph. Lead us to that particular paragraph.
Just a minute.
You're also aware that the governor made